there are a few more nations more passionate than Brazil, where the fans are watching the tournament by the millions on CazéTV, a multi-platform sports and entertainment channel founded by Live Mode. So CazéTV isn't just the drawing record-setting audiences, they're also having a big impact on World Cup social media, playing a key role in the rise to social media stardom of Cabo Verde goalkeeper Vozinha. And for more on CazéTV and Brazil's World Cup, we are joined by CazéTV play-by-play analyst Luis Felipe Freitas, also known as Luisinho. Luisinho, nice to see you. How are you this morning?
Hi, Hannah. Hi, JD, Chris, Jan. Nice talking to you. I have to put on my Brazilian shirt because you guys came up with Colombia and Argentina, so I need to put on my Brazilian shirt right now.
Sorry, we weren't aware. We just thought we'd put... Well, what have you got on?
Oakham roots.
Oakham roots.
Stay close to the roots.
Are they a rival to Brazil?
They've got a 2% chance of qualifying in Group I.
Yeah, facts. They're coming out Group H. You know that one, right?
I will say, I think I'm even more relieved I didn't wear my Scotland shirt, though.
Yeah. There we go. Luis, tell us...
It was a good match. It was a fair match against Scotland.
There we go.
Our best one so far, at least.
Luis, tell us a bit more about CazéTV, and for people who don't know what it's about, what are you doing over there?
Yeah, we are a native platform channel that since 2022, we are broadcasting some of the biggest matches from Brazilian League and also World Cup as well. This one is our most special World Cup because we have in the whole World Cup, the 104 games. And we are, like we said, native platform from digital. So we try to connect with our audience. We try to put the audience in the center of the conversation, try to really connect and make a kind of different kind of broadcast.
And it is a completely different thing being on traditional television as opposed to being on YouTube, and you guys serve that audience really well. In doing so, what for you has been the best story so far of this World Cup, getting to see all of the matches that we've seen so far?
So I have been fortunate enough to call some of the biggest matches in this World Cup. Yesterday, I just called one of the biggest stories for me. That was the Ecuador win over Germany. It was only the third time a South American team beat Germany in the World Cup. And it was, of course, a huge game. Brazilian matches here in Brazil are crazy, as you might imagine. Like, we had like the world record for YouTube streaming the last 3 matches of Brazil. But if you can say like a player, I was just hearing you talk to Joe from Cabo Verde, as we say. And of course, Vozinha was one of the biggest stories because it was like coming to life in front of our eyes during the match.
I want to ask you about this, Joe, because what actually happened here? So give us the play-by-play. One moment is like Vozinha was just a great nation, or sorry, a great individual representing his nation, and now all of a sudden he's a social media superstar. You guys did that. So tell me the play-by-play as to how this happened.
So we like to put on the spotlight on whoever deserves. So while the match was like going on and Vozinha was playing really great against Spain, we looked at each other and we said, come on, guys, let's do a movement with our fans, with our fan base that is huge. We have like more than 35 million subscribers on YouTube. So let's try to get this huge audience, and they should follow Vozinha. We can make a change in his life by bringing him to the spotlight, by bringing him the love that the Brazilians have for football. So it's something that we did in this World Cup for the first time with Vozinha, but we already have done this last year and before during the Olympics with Brazilian sports and athletes from the Olympics. So it's something that we believe that it's something that we can do because, like we said, we do the broadcast with our audience. It's like we share the moment with the audience. So this fan base, this community, we told them, look, Vozinha has only 50K followers on Instagram. Come on, this guy deserves more. Let's go. Let's show him some love. And then more than 1 million after the match, more than 2 million. Then the whole world like embraced this
Luis,
move, and
he's
Vozinha
at
is now like a huge
50
star.
million now, 60 million. Like you guys have created a phenomenon. If he starts walking sunshades everywhere and you start seeing him in Louis Vuitton, just know where it came from.
Well, and also, I hope you guys are getting a cut. I hope you guys are getting a cut of everything that's coming his way.
We just want him to be happy, and he's out of contract, right, after this World Cup. So we told them, guys, are you liking Vozinha? tell him, come to your club here in Brazil, because he's 40 years old. But for example, my goalkeeper has 45. He's 45 years old. So Vozinha might come to Brazil. Who knows?
No, it is an amazing story. 50,000 to 16.7 million is incredible. But let's talk about Brazil, because another amazing story is Vini Jr.'s performances and how incredible he's been and scoring goals. Are Brazilian fans starting to believe that they can really do it all over again?
Yeah, we started this World Cup by not believing so much. And right now, like Ancelotti promised, he told us, we are going to get better every and each game. So we are getting better. This Scotland match, sorry, Jen, was our best so far. We won 3-0. But we believe, I mean, Japan in the next round is going to be a tough opponent. Brazil lost to Japan during this preparation to the World Cup. But right now we have a solid team. We believe, of course, in Vini. Vini has been one of the greatest players in this whole World Cup. And not only is Vini the best player in Brazil, but we have other players that can contribute to goals. Matheus Cunha has been also great since the second match being a starter. And we have a solid defense between Magalhães and Marquinhos, and they both were in the Champions League final. But it's growing. It's growing on us. We're getting more confident as the World Cup is progressing.
And Luis, we finally saw Neymar take the pitch. We know he's a fan favourite, but personally yourself, do you see him making a difference at this World Cup?
I mean, as a play-by-play commentator, I need to grow the emotions. And I believe, of course, Neymar is a huge player in our history. He's the player with most official goals to Brazil, passing even Pelé. But if we look like the past 12 months, he hasn't been the greatest. He's the greatest star that we have in Brazil, but he hasn't been the greatest player on the Brazilian National League. But of course, it's Neymar. He has so much talent. He has so much experience in this kind of competition. I hope that he's well physically. Technically, he can even improve from the last 12 months. And he's now surrounded by the best athletes that Brazil has. So I believe that Neymar, he's not gonna be a starter. I don't believe it. Since the World Cup final, I mean, he's always coming off the bench, but he can contribute with like assists, even goals. He's still one of the best players that ever lived. But physically, he needs to grow a little bit. He needs to improve a little bit more.
Luisinho, you've got 5 stars above that crest. I imagine Brazilians are thinking about a 6th. Can you bring us into what it would sound like if Brazil do go on to win this World Cup, from your perspective as a play-by-play man? Give us a goal call. Give us some emotion of what it would sound like for you.
Chris, come on. Chris, you guys experiencing the U.S. this last month, the parade in New York City while the Knicks were NBA champions, and I'm a huge New York Knicks fan. But imagine this in the same proportion, but in the whole country. That's how it's gonna be if Brazil wins the 6th star. I mean, I hope, I imagine, I dreamed about since I am a little kid. Since I am 7 years old, I hope that I could call the match from Brazil. And now being a match caller, a game caller from Brazil in a huge audience, we hope that we break another world record in the next match, Brazil against Japan. And I'm just gonna scream, "Ah!" out at the top of my lungs and maybe cry. For sure, I'm gonna cry. I know that I'm not gonna hold myself in this moment, because it's such a special moment, such a huge moment for Brazil. 24 years, it's a long time. Brazil won it in 1970, the third one, and then we waited 24 years to win it, and we won it in the US. So why not 24 years again, and in the US one more time? I'm gonna be there, so wait for me.
Well, Luis, you've got to make a promise to us. If Brazil make the final, you've got to come back on Morning Footy to talk about the experience.
It's a promise. It's a promise. We are going to be here. I'm going to be in New York. So, wow.
Maybe you come in the studio then.
Huge.
Maybe we'll get you live in studio.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And I'm going to bring my Brazilian shirt if you allow
Of course. Maybe bring us all Brazilian shirts. I just want to quickly mention one comment we've got on YouTube saying Luisinho is the GOAT in Brazil. So awesome to see him here. Lovely to see you, Luisinho. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.